Hello, everybody. I have returned, have come back, and it's good to be back. Um, Let me first address, I guess, the question that probably everyone is wondering is, what caused you to decide to come back? Well, a lot of things, and one of the major pieces is um, the amount of people that have reached out, phone calls, text messages, responses. And I want to say thank you to everybody that did reach out and kind of shared their perspective on the just on the whole, I guess, overview of everything that's been going on. And it's it took me some time to kind of figure out, you know, what was the issue with me as far as what did I need to address, what did I have to how did I like what how did I how what was the best way to handle the feelings I was feeling at the moment. And so, through conversations, through some of the people I'm closer to in the hobby, and um, again, just getting their perspective on things and understanding kind of just uh, uh, how they kind of see it from an outside view. It definitely uh, assured gave me a lot more assurance and a lot more confidence in my ability to do this. And so the time that I had to kind of take a break from all this was definitely needed. Actually, it felt nice to step away and to watch others do what they do, and also just not thinking, not putting the hobby first and doing other things that really I found a lot of joy in. Um, so that was really, really helpful. I can't help it when it comes to a card show. I'm always going to go a card shop, a card show. I get excited about that. That part of the hobby for me is still very exciting and still a lot of fun. And I can't help but record it because the experience for me, I want the experience for everybody that may not have access to card shows. Um, I want them to kind of have that shared experience, even if it's from behind a computer. So I will always record card shows because honestly, I don't really have to put a lot of me in front of the camera for that. That's just me recording, giving the dealer information, and then you guys, um, just kind of taking whatever you take from it, more or less. So all that to say, I'm happy to be back. Happy to be doing this tonight with you guys. I'm a little tired because I was in Maryland all weekend, and so I'm coming back after about 4.5 hours of driving, if you include traffic, maybe five even. Um, so I left around 1, came back around 6. Had to do a couple of final things before jumping on tonight, and earn my beer. Definitely earn the beer for tonight. Mm. As usual, as I like to do, I'll do a roll call, starting from the very beginning. And looks like eBay is here. What is up, eBay? Good to have you here, buddy. Rick, thank you so much. I'm glad to be back. Rick Vintage Oddball Cards. Countdown was on. You're opening watching a '96 collector's choice box break, and who got pulled? Maddie. I'm curious what Maddie that was. So if you feel inclined to share, please do so. My buddy Andrew is here. What is up, Andrew? Scott Reindeer Studios whips out the keyboard tonight, starts rocking. That's on the other side of the room. That would probably take up a majority of the live stream just to get it up and running. This is where the fun begins. What's up, Litzy? Good to have you here, buddy. Thank you so much. Dave, thank you so much. I'm glad to be back. Steve with the PH, I'm doing well, man. Good to have you here. Mike from Jayhawker just got back this afternoon from Oklahoma. Got chills standing on the spot where Mantle was taught to hit. That's pretty epic. Pretty epic. Sven, let's go. Absolutely, man. We are here. We're live. Carlisle, you hear music. I think it's starting. If you're hearing the Offspring, it's definitely vintage chill and chat. Jay, what's up, buddy? Good to have you here, my friend. Phil Negro Fan 35. Hopefully, you got the fireball ready. Drew from Clean Cheap Shots. Wait a minute. Is that Drew? I forget. I can't remember his name. Inside joke. Orlando, what's up? Hobby Ambassador. Larry, thank you so much. I appreciate it, my friend. Melissa, good to have you here. Lenny from Cardcast. Lenny had me fooled in his thumbnail. I thought he had a 1970 Transagram and Nolan Ryan. I'm like, I've been wanting to get a second one because I want to send that one to Nolan Ryan to get autographs. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, Mitch? Hey, Sammy. Hi, guys. What is up? Dylan, thank you so much. Appreciate glad to have you here. Adam's Car Closet. Salutations, my friend. Scott calls him the Synth Lord. Nice. I love it. I love it, Ruben. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Glad to be back, my friend. Glad to be here with everybody. I love you too, Orlando. Hobby Ambassador at work, my friend. My buddy Jason, my fellow comrade, my fellow beer drinker, my cardboard and cold ones aficionado. Robert Scott, thank you, man. I'm glad to be back. So, yeah, everyone's saying hello. Great to see you. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you reaching out, man. Dan is here. Good evening, Sammy and chat. I needed this tonight. Feeling under the weather. Another Mets loss. Don't even get me started. Sorry, not feeling very well. Hopefully, you recover quickly, my friend. So thankfully, you record your shows. Yeah, I do what I can, man. I do what I can. I love recording the shows. Ross is here. What's up, Ross? Tony from Southern Collectors here. Hope you got a few cases of beer from that brewery in Maryland you enjoy. I got 2 cases of it for my birthday. 2 cases. So I got 48 beers. I got plenty of beer. That's on average. If I save that beer for this and cardboard and cold ones, that's 2 beers a week, 48 beers. So that's 24 weeks. Yeah, that's a little less than half a year's worth of Zadies. Hello, crew. Jake T. O'Donnell's here. And let's see, vintage chill and chat and a cold one. Yeah, combine the efforts. Tonight's beer, it would be Zadies, but it's warm. So I busted out the Qingdao. I love your card show videos. Found 2 cards recently I was looking for by following up with some vendors you shared. Never would have happened otherwise. I'm super glad, Carla. I'm happy to help any way I can. Rocket Rick is here. What's up, Rick? Mike is here, just turned on, and we're so happy to see your face back on YouTube. I listened to you for a few minutes. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you're back. Thank you, Mike. Hope to see you at the Philly show, man. Chris from Missouri is here. Mangini is here. Maddie is Christy Mathewson, of course. Yes, I'm curious what card it was. Big Six, what's up, buddy? Good to have you here. ET Collector, Card Collector, I hope all is well. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Aren't you funny? Thank you, Drew. Did anybody bid on that $12 million card? I must be out of the loop. The only $12 million card I know is the Mantle. Is there another $12 million card that came up? Again, I've been out, so I don't know what auctions have been doing lately. So, Classy Sports, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you, and glad to have you here. Dog, Andy, man, what's up, buddy? Good to see you all. Me and my cousin go to Philly. Look forward to seeing you guys there. I'll be there on Saturday. That Saturday that they're having it. The first class of Hall of Famers subset in 1996 Collector's Choice. Very cool. Dan says he did a show with Chris from the Brooklyn Card Show, a connection that you helped me make. So thank you for that, and give you a shout out. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not going to be setting up at that show. I think you probably are. I assume I'm going to continue to do so, but I'll definitely attend it. And I was going to talk to Chris to see if he wouldn't mind giving me sort of like a media pass entrance to that show to document it. Hopefully he'll say yes. We'll see. Mike says he'll be there Saturday, and Classy says hope to see you and Dan at Philly. I'll definitely be there Saturday. I don't know what day Dan's going. I assume Saturday. I plan on driving with Mookie. Mookie Chilson will also be hopefully going. I don't know if he's going Saturday or Sunday, so we'll see. But all right, guys, that is the roll call, and that is all we have for tonight. um, so, sorry, let me get a quick swig of this. It's that liquid courage. So what have I been doing in the absence? So since I came back from the National, I haven't done any personalized content, but that will likely change this week. But I went to Cooperstown on a single day when I was on vacation in the Catskills, and I did go to a couple of the shops that were there and didn't buy any cards because cards were a little overpriced and just didn't really find anything for me personally. I mean, I like to find weird stuff, and then they had more of the just kind of not as weird stuff. But yeah, I bought this hat. It is the what is it? The Lake. Oh, God, I might need some help here, Scott. Lake something Captains. They are the single A team of the Cleveland Guardians, and I feel like Scott may know Lake Charles Captains. I can't remember the name of it, but I thought it was a cool hat, and so I picked it up. Yeah, I haven't really. I did buy a card. Oh, there we go. Lake County Captains. Thank you, Scott. I knew I could count on you for that one, my friend. That's best friend material right there, man. Scott coming through in the clutch. But everybody's Scott's best friend, so it's kind of hard to kind of like define the rankings of best friendom in Scott's world. Anyway, yeah, I haven't picked up the mini cards. I did pick up. Well, I'm lying because the East Coast National, I did pick up a few cards. Where is it? Right here. I'll take it off the board. I did pick up this O-Pee-Chee Seaver that is graded a 5. I can be honest, I paid over for it because I knew how difficult these cards are to find with the centering that you see. So the reason why I'm lifting up here is to reduce the glare, but you can see it's an old SGC slab in a 5. And anytime I've seen this card come up, it's always really tough to find left to right centering or top to bottom centering. Usually if it's left, if the centering is good left to right, the top to bottom is usually like 90-10 or something. But this one seems pretty balanced overall. I thought the centering top to bottom left to right was pretty solid, and the back kind of shares that same centering. So but front and back looked really good. This was kind of a last second purchase too. I went up to oh god, I'm gonna mess up his. Oh, man. I'm gonna mess up the table name. Well, I don't want to mess it up, so out of respect, I'm not going to say the name. I might say it later, but yeah, this guy's table, we'll go with that, had this kind of sneaking in the display case. Now, this guy typically has like crazy good stuff. I mean, he had Venezuelans, like really like 4 or 5 of the 67 Mays Venezuelans. He had really good stuff, and then he had the Seaver kind of poking out there. And so I bought this for, I think it was like 175. I got this Seaver. They typically in a 5 they go for about 125, but the ones that did sell for like 125 didn't have this kind of centering to it. So I figured, he had it marked for 225, and I thought, okay, well, I don't want to be completely unfair because and this is something that I've talked to with B Roth about, is that not every vintage card is the same. And I think we all understand that. I don't, not every Seaver, not every 68 O-Pee-Chee Seaver is going to be the same. So you can't really, take an off center Seaver that's going for 125 and, try to get a really centered Seaver for 125. I mean, you can try, but I don't think it's going to go over very well. It just depends, I suppose. It's all circumstantial, but there you go. Pretty cool. Really nice looking 68 Seaver. The other piece I picked up, going off camera for a minute, I am going to get a frame for this, but it is a 1960s poster of Willie Mays sponsoring he's endorsing Alaga syrup. And so I plan on getting a a frame for this. I think it's like 11 by 20, something like that. Should work. So I'm gonna get this framed. And yeah, I could see Alex saying he wants to get some waffles now. I had waffles today actually. Let me go back in the chat because I've obviously been kind of neglecting it a little bit here. So bummed I can't make it to Philly. The greatest thing about that, Scott, is that there's going to be multiple chances. There's always, they do 3 shows a year, or 3 or 4, I can't remember. Heritage sold it. Okay, so Larry's filling in the gaps for me. Heritage sold the dual autograph. Jordan Kobe went for 12.9 million, broke the record. That's crazy. That's insane. What is? I mean, is there? Just forgive me here, but are there not a lot of Jordan Kobe dual autographs out there? I guess there's not. If they went for that much. Looking to meet YouTubers and looking for a 60 Tops mail. You're going to have a lot of opportunities for both, so that's great. Just doing my job. Thank you, Scott. So be best friend number 1, at least for this hour. I'll take credit for being the best friend number 1 for this hour. Thank you, Scott. Hope to be at the Philly show. Hope to see you there, man. Thank you, Andy. Really nice Seaver. I need that O-Pee-Chee. Thank you, Bizzo. Yeah, it was a last minute pickup. I knew I couldn't. I was almost going to walk away from it because I thought the price was too high. But again, I realized really nicely centered Seaver. Don't see them around too often. And all the ones that aren't, I checked on eBay. All the ones that are going on eBay are like selling for $300. So, or they're trying to sell for $300. Warren D and the CLE. What's up, Warren? Good to see you here, bud. Thank you. The hat's awesome. I also have one of those. That's pretty awesome, Stephen. That's pretty cool that you have a Seaver as well. There's a decent amount of them out there. Not too many. I mean, compared to the tops, it's significantly scarcer. Just catching up. Rick says he plans on being on the Philly show on Sunday if all goes well. I hope to see you there, Rick. Mookie's here. Love that Seaver, Sammy. Those Canadians make a nice card. They do. They definitely do. Thank you, Ross. It's a good-looking card. Second year Seaver O-Pee-Chee. Don't care what comps are. That is awesome. Thank you, eBay. Yeah, it's a good way to look at it. And Steven has a PSA 4 also perfectly centered. Got to be patient. You can be a little bit. You can be a little patient with those Seavers. I think it's fair. Let's see. Now I want some waffles. I had waffles for dinner. I had waffles for brunch today. How could you pass on something? Yeah, I know. It's sacrilegious if I pass on a Seaver like that. Let's see. That card that was sold, PSA 6. Gotcha. Am I officially back, Mookie, compared to Brett Favre? Oh man, I hope I don't have a second half like Favre did. But yes, I am back. Jacob, hey Sammy, collective friends, good to have you here, Jacob. I could care less about it, but it was a dual logo, man. Only a PSA 6. Of course, 1 of 1. I got you. But, okay, so that was the reason why. I had chicken and waffles at the White Sox game. That sounds awesome. I had chicken and waffles today for breakfast. But at a White Sox game, that's pretty odd. That's pretty epic. So what is on the horizon for me going forward? Well, the Philly show, Shriners, those are the 2 shows that are on the horizon for me. And so I plan on, I don't know, I don't really have anything. Like my budget's pretty thin right now because I spent a lot at the National. But if I can add like a T206 Rube Marquard portrait or one of the John McGraw T206 portraits for a decent price, I'll do that. But nothing else really is on the horizon. I mean, nothing off the top of my head. So we'll see. This weekend, I was in Maryland. I went to see, on Friday, I was at the Billy Idol concert, which was awesome because Joan Jett opened up for Billy Idol. So really, to me, that was like seeing 2 headliners in one show. But it was an epic show. Billy Idol and Joan Jett were on top of their game completely. that afternoon, I went to a card shop, House of Cards. Excuse me one second. House of Cards in Silver Spring, Maryland. I went to check it out. They have a good, decent amount of vintage. Nothing super high price. They had some high price stuff, but mostly like $20, $10, $20 cards, and then they had boxes of like $1 and $2 cards. So if you're like filling sets or want to just get some Hall of Famers for cheap, go check House of Cards out in Silver Spring, Maryland. I didn't end up buying anything, but well, I did buy this. I bought the 200 count box, thinking this would be big enough to put my transagram, the Maze transagram in, and I found out it does not fit. So that is an absolute shame. Just barely missed the height of the transagram box. Just didn't make it. So unfortunately, that is the case. Let's catch up again. Phil is here. What's up, Phil? And Brian Hodges. What's up, Brian? Good to have you guys here. Good combo, Jet and Idol. Yeah, it was epic. It was pretty epic. Sounds like a fun show. I've seen Joan, but not Billy. Yeah, they're both really, really good. House of Cards, yeah, they do run Huggins and Scott. That's where their office is located as well. Yeah, the Eyes Without a Face. He did play that one. Andrew like that House of Cards as non-sports packs of cards as well. They definitely did. They had some good stuff there. Like they had a big box of packs we can get for $1. But they did have. They were a little light on some things. I think they were like you could see that they've been moving stuff around. It was fun to go through the box of cards. So, but yeah, that's been about it, really. And then what was it? Saturday, I went to the Renaissance Festival, or yesterday, I went to the Renaissance Festival. Met up with you guys know him, Dan from Steel City DW. So it's cool to hang out with him outside of a card environment. But yet we talked about cards. He actually picked up some cool stuff from auctions lately that I'm sure he'll share on his channel. But yeah, it was cool to hang out with him outside of a card environment. But yeah, man, I think he said he was talking about going to the Philly show in a couple weeks. Maybe hopefully he can get there, but we'll see. But it sounds like a bunch of us are going to be at the Philly show this year or this upcoming week. Or no, excuse me, my mind is like fried. In a few weeks, I think it's the third week of September, if I'm not mistaken. So, Mookie says Renaissance Festival is pre-war. Certainly felt that way. Definitely with all the people dressing up. I don't dress up for it. I just kind of honestly, the best part about it was the food. They had food options everywhere. So everything from like beef jerky to steak on a stick that I had, and like the sweet cashews that they sell. Class who's saying took my boys to Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair Pirate Weekend. That's pretty awesome. Hey Steve, good to have you here, man. I'm glad to see. I've been watching a couple of your latest videos, just kind of discussing the hobby and your thoughts, and it was really good to see some of those videos. Was I in a Star Trek? Far from it. I was in a T-shirt like the one you see here. Scott, Reindeer Studios. Check it out. And Scott's not paying me for this free endorsement. But he made Scott. I mean, listen, man. Out of the 60 people that are watching, chances are like half, if not more, have bought a shirt from Scott. But if you haven't, check out Scott, Reindeer Studios. Check out his Etsy. Just Google search Reindeer Studios, and you'll find some nifty shirts like this. The Wheaties Maze. Oh man, would love to see everyone. Oh yeah, man, I forgot, man. Oh, I shouldn't be forgetting this. Lenny from Cardcast, definitely go say hello to Lenny. He's typically set up when you walk into the Philly show. If you're going, when you walk in through the entrance, just go straight down that first aisle that you see, and eventually you'll run into Lenny, and in tuxedo. What's the name of your? So I went to Renaissance Channel, Sammy. Uh, the Renaissance Channel. I'll have to get back to you on that one. I don't have one yet. Renaissance trading cards. I didn't see any, but it doesn't mean they don't exist. Let's see. I got a couple from Scott. Nice. Scott has new shirts coming in. Can't wait to get one. Yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. Mookie has become the 53 Bowman Statbacks champion. So everyone is like a champion of something. I'm the champion of Fleer 91s. Mookie is the champion of 53 Bowman Statbacks. Aaron is the pre-war pusher, so he and Jason is the champion of oversized pre-war, like National Chickle and the Butterfingers. I feel like everyone is a champion at something. Everyone has their niche, so that's a fun thing to. It's always kind of fun to kind of like champion something. So I am here pushing. Aaron is silent behind the chat, but don't let his silence fool you. He will definitely push you into buying something you didn't even think about at the to begin with. Aaron's very good at that. That's how I got my Carl Hubble. Let's see what else. Scott always takes my money. Oh man, Scott kind of has that stare. He doesn't say anything, but he stares at you, and that's how you turn into a Reindeer Studios shirt zombie. Woo, woo, woo. That sort of magic. Oh, what's up, Doug? Good to have you here, my friend. Good to see you. Andy's asking, is it unethical to make your own stats on a on a 53 Bowman? And Mitchell says he pushes Alf trading cards. Oh man, I never opened up a pack. Actually, no, I lie. I'm lying. I have opened up a pack of Alf trading cards. Or no, I gave it to my dad because he loved Alf. In his in the past. Oh man, there's Jason, man. Our 311 National Chickle baby. Don't forget the Aura Visions. Oh, where's my head? The Aura Visions. Absolutely. I think card collectors should dress up in crazy outfits like they do at Star Wars conventions and Renaissance fairs. Well, let me see if I have that photo. If I can gather you guys that photo that I generated off of a Chat GPT. I was doing all these memes prior to prior, prior to the national, and one of those was was definitely a uniform for the national. But I gotta find it now, and I don't know if I still have it. I might have gotten rid of it. It was pretty funny. I can't find it. But absolutely. Usually, I mean, the uniform for the national was always like like a polo and cargo shorts, and like comfortable sneakers and high socks, and of course the baseball hat. Can't forget about that. Oh man, good stuff. Just Rocket Rick and I are booked for Strongsville. My roommate. Awesome. I'm booked as well. If you're gonna put your own stats on the cards, you might as well add a couple of pinholes. No. I don't think Mookie's ever added a pinhole to a card. He just buys cards that are already pinholed. It's usually how it works. And let's see. And white New Balance shoes. Yeah, for me, it's on clouds. I like to say I'm a little ahead of the uniform. That's like the future uniform or the on clouds. Yes, Mike, there are 2 commandments at Mookie Chosen World Headquarters. Thou shalt not create new pinholes and thou shalt not draw on cards. Amazing. My voice is starting to go now a little bit, so I apologize if I sound like crap. I was hoping the beer would help, but beer does the opposite. Oh man. So I wonder what's been going on in the hobby in my absence. I wonder I guess I've been watching videos here and there of people posting stuff, but I've been kind of staying and I've been lurking in the background mostly. But I'm curious what's been going on. I hear, like the whole the Venezuelan buzz, the Veni card buzz kind of has been cooling off a little bit. I'm hoping it hasn't been, but it seems like it has. But I don't know. It's always been a niche market. Um, all the auctions, I know all the auctions lately have been um, kind of like there's so many of them. Like there's another one tonight, the Collector's Connection, the Connector. I think that's what it's called. Um, yeah, just stay on the download these days. I feel that, Steve. I've been on that for about a couple weeks now, and I'll probably, I'll be making more of a return. I have a video idea that I'm going to release maybe tomorrow, but I totally feel that. uh, Mitchell saying nothing new here. I'm still buying Diamond Stars. Mitchell's a champion of Diamond Stars. That is his set. Like the Diamond Stars, he is like an expert in that set. If you haven't caught Mitchell on Golden Age Cardboard, you should definitely check it out. Yeah, Pat Quinn, John Ramirez. Orlando interviewed John Ramirez at the National, and I'm sure Orlando wasn't expecting the interview to go as long as it did, but I think once he got John going, it's just didn't stop. And I think, part of it, I think these, they don't get the opportunities to speak about, these experiences. So once they get the juices flowing, it's like, and it's great because you get authentic, you get an authentic vision or authentic story of, of these times in Venezuela. I mean, it's crazy to imagine going to Venezuela on a sports card quest because that's what Pat mentioned. Is that Pat mentioned he would go on these quests to Venezuela, thinking, well, baseball is popular. We have Venezuelan players here, so maybe they have sports cards over there or some sort of memorabilia. And he was right. Let's see. What is the best number to call to make reservations for Strongsville? I'd imagine if you do a Google search, Best Western Strongsville, you'll get the number. So, but if anybody in the chat wants to mention Chris from Missouri's what is it, the reservation name that he made for the block of rooms that he did. So, Dom, what's up, buddy? Good to have you here, my friend. Going back to that. Look for, yeah, there you go. Warren's got it. Warren's got it here. Yeah, Mitch. I mean, who better to ask, right? You're the guy to ask about Diamond Stars. And still need my Veni Don Masi and Veni Destruction Crew. Oh yeah, man. How many Venis does Don Masi have? He's on the 59, I assume, the top 59. So that must be it, right? I don't know. He would be. I'm sorry, Scott. I wish I had more insight on the Don Masi collection. I'm sorry. You should have Kit Young on your show, longtime dealer. Eventually, yeah, I definitely should. Still trying to convince. Still trying to convince Bill Chappell, but he'll never do it, and I respect that. But you have to ask it. You have to just try every now and then. So he's got a few. Cool. He's got a few. Just kind of chat here. Cool. Don has okay, so he has a 64 and a 66. He's not in the 59. Awesome. Oh man. So excuse me. I guess I'm gonna wrap this up a little early tonight, but do you guys know if Alex is doing his 8 o'clock card room live? I can't imagine he's not, but sometimes he has to cancel. But let's assume he is. Alex card room live, Bowman 53. He's been doing this on Sundays for quite some time. But Alex will be on at 8 p.m. as many of y'all know. So definitely go on YouTube, Bowman53 is his YouTube channel, but Card Room Live is the name of the show. You can definitely check that out at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's about 25 minutes from now. And then 9 o'clock is the Four Collectors. I actually don't know who's running it tonight, but it looked like, let me see, it looked like Mike and Chris were going to be doing their thing tonight. So I don't know if one of the Four Collectors are going to be kind of like moderating it. I assume they're doing their, Mike and Chris are doing their thing. So, yeah, man, it'd be fun. Triple header, just like NBA and NBC. I kick it off. You got the who would be like the kickoff for an NBA and NBC? Usually, the Knicks and Bulls would be like the 8 o'clock game. But anyway, let me see. Just catching up on the chat before we finish up. Melissa's saying there's no rooms left. There is a like a horror movie fest going on at the hotel at the same time. I imagine they're completely dominating the hotels. A mix of card nerds and horror movie nerds. Got the same info from Best Western. They knew nothing of the block of rooms for YouTube. I got something Chris might have to address, perhaps. Sammy, you recommended Bill Chappell in one of your videos, and I have to thank you for it. I was able to do business with him, and he was great to deal with. Yeah, Bill's awesome. I'm glad you're able to find something through him. He's got a great inventory of stuff. Such a company man with these promos. I do my best, man. I do my best. Thank you, Steve. Absolutely. I plan on keeping tabs on your stuff going forward as well. I try to do my best on that. Thank you, Sammy. Good to see you. Yes, good to see you guys too. Good to see you too, man. The clean sweep auction was last week. I won a Lou Gehrig PSA graded photo for $50. First grade photo. That's pretty awesome. Horror, not horror. My hillbillies heredity made me say that wrong in my video. You got to add that horror. Great to see you, Sammy. Hopefully, Philly next month. Yes, or yeah, in a few weeks. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna jump off now. I'm gonna work my way up to doing the full hour again at some point. But enjoy Alex from Bowman53, guys, and also Four Collectors tonight as well. So I'll see you guys soon. I'll probably be jumping on a video at some point this week, so you guys will probably see then. And have a great rest of your night, guys. Take care.